fantasy freaking football! 2-minute warning!
Welcome to Fantasy Freakin' Football's 2-Minute Warnings. I'm Bobby Go Skins Brimmer here with Jules Red Rider McLeam and Garret Wonderboy Mathany. And many times in our show we've expressed that we do not like to take a quarterback early here at Fantasy Freakin' Football, and we'd like to discuss why. Jules, why wouldn't you want the Big Five?
I love the Big Five, but if I get him in the right round and if there's value. Unfortunately, right now, Peyton Manning's going between the first and second round. You've got Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Carson Palmer. They're going in the third to the fourth round. That's too much.
So you're giving up an opportunity to get a stud running back or top-tier wide receiver to take that quarterback. That's a sacrifice that you make.
I don't want to make that sacrifice.
So you're saying you wouldn't take like a Mark Bolger in the 5th round? You don't think that's worth the value, Garret?
No, and let me explain my position on this. Let's take a look at somebody who's going in the 11th, 12, or 13 rounds and some of this summer's high-stake satellite drafts that you've been in, Jules. Let's take Ben Roethlisberger, for example. Roethlisberger is going to be in a new offense where they're going to be employing shotgun and 4 wide receiver sets. And I look for Roethlisberger to put up approximately 3,600 to 37 yards, and I think he's going to throw for a career-high 23 touchdowns and rush for a couple more goal line plunges, which would give him his best career as a pro in that new offense. That puts him at only about 20 to 27 points behind Mark Bolger in overall fantasy points for the year. That's less than 2 points a game, you know.
And what, Jules, what round can you get Big Ben in?
12th round he went the other day.
So it's 7-round difference for 2 points a game.
Exactly.
Right,
why would you do that?
It's absolutely not worth it. So even a Peyton Manning in the 3rd round, do you think that's hurting your team though, Jules?
Okay, yes, thank you for bringing that up and just putting that dagger in my heart. I unfortunately did a draft the other night and I was deciding, do I want Javon Walker, Marcus Colston, or Amon Green? I guess I took too much time and the decision was made for me by the friggin' computer. I got Peyton Manning in round 3.2. I don't draft a quarterback that early. And it really put me behind the 8 ball. I now have a wide receiving core of Reggie Brown, Santana Moss, who, by the way, I'm very high on Santana Moss this year, and Bernard Berrien. But honestly, I would have loved to build my receiving core around Javon Walker or Marcus Colston.
Sure, those are double-digit touchdown wide receivers.
Yeah. Absolutely, and Garret, you've talked before about the durability of quarterbacks. How many quarterbacks even play the whole season?
Yeah, this is the last point I'm going to make. There's been 3 quarterbacks that have played in all 16 games over the last 3 seasons. The obvious is Brett Favre, but Peyton Manning has done it, and so has Tom Brady. After that, you get a huge drop-off. Quarterbacks are just not durable. It's not a durable position. They get injured a lot, and so that's a problem you're taking into consideration. You take Mark Bolger in the 4th round, and he gets knocked out in week 4 on a blindside hit. Meanwhile, I take Roethlisberger, like we discussed, in the 11th or 12th, and then he cruises through and plays 16 games for me, and I get Mark Bolger-type numbers. You're in big trouble if you're playing me.
Yeah.
So it's just not worth the risk, and that's why we are always pro waiting about 10 rounds or so to get your quarterback here at Fantasy Freakin' Football. We thank you for listening and remind you to always check our website for new information updated weekly.
Make your own luck.
Sometimes I'm pro 8 rounds.
Okay, sometimes 8. A lot of time.
But I like 12.